Let's bring in my next guest, a guy who's actually been pulling off some of those rescues, as you can see right here. He's got a boat. Texan Austin Seth traveled for more than an hour from his hometown on his boat, helping to save dozens of people who were trapped by floodwaters during multiple search and rescue missions. Austin, you're joining us by phone.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, you're in your boat, you make the decision to go out, and what do you see?
It was unreal. I mean, I'm sure by now most of y'all have seen some of the footage of the neighborhoods and you know, water higher than anyone would have ever expected. And most of the people I spoke with or hauled out, they said they went to bed that night thinking they were high and dry and stepped into knee-high water the next morning when they got out of bed. Yeah, I remember the mayor of your city saying to set an alarm and go outside every few hours to check to see if the water was coming. When you see someone, how do you make the decision, okay, so I'm going to go help that person? I mean, are they already in the water? Okay, so Facebook's a wonderful thing, or at least it was yesterday. It got the news out to hundreds of volunteers, and by the time I showed up, which was sometime that morning yesterday, there were already boats lined up. And then after I made my first trip in and pulled my first people out, there were, I mean, it was a line of boats down 45, you know, waiting to launch and go in. And so luckily, there was enough people there that we got, I think, most of everyone out in a timely fashion. And so there wasn't a whole lot of panic or chaos going on. The volunteers did a great job yesterday. And they still need you today. Oh, believe me, I know. I'm down in Lake Jackson, Texas, which is just south of Houston. It's southwest of where I was yesterday. And we are getting prepped up for the flooding that we're expecting to happen here in the next couple of days. So I haven't made it back up to Houston yet to help out. But how many people fit in your boat at a time? Until it sinks, we kept loading them. Yeah. We put, I think the most I had in it yesterday, I think, was 8 or 9 people. And I mean, it's just a little 16-foot aluminum boat, but we put as many people. We didn't want to leave anybody behind. So, Austin, today we're hearing that people are screaming for help from inside their houses. I would imagine for you, as you pull away with each time, it's awfully hard because if it starts raining, you may not be immediately able to go back. Well, really, people were pretty smart. They'd get up on their roofs and they'd wave you down and stuff, and so they were pretty safe for the most part. They stayed high and high enough where if I couldn't get them, on my way out, I'd tell the next volunteer going in that, you know, there's somebody here, and they could go pick them up, and they were easy to spot and whatnot. You ever think you'd be... Trip... Go ahead. I'm sorry. Oh, I was going to say the last trip we made through the neighborhood, you know, I had been through that neighborhood, that specific neighborhood, probably 4 times, and been down the street I was on at least twice, and it just so happened around the corner again, and there was I heard someone calling from her doorway, and you know, I looked over and they were struggling to get outside. So. Wow. You know, as we look at the video you sent us, your boat goes along. You're like even with the street signs. So you talk about going down streets. You kind of got to look down to figure out where you're going. Oh yeah, you can read the street signs. You can look underwater a little bit to find them. But. Wow. Shepard Smith reported a few minutes ago a family of 6 has perished. Boy, it's awfully hard, but it's great to know that people like you are out there using what you have to go rescue people. Austin Seth, down now a little bit south of Houston, continuing the job. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Well, thank you, and I'm just glad I can help. Yeah, I bet they are, too.